Hi guys, just a short update. I have made some progress in multiplayer. As you can see, I'm in a multiplayer environment now. Both these players are clients connecting to a server. Well, this alone already works on Unreal Engine without any additions. You'll see that we have different colors for the players right now. That was added by me. It's simply a way for me to experiment with keeping values persistent between players. And as we still have the name errors, eventually instead of having random colors per player, as you can see, we'll have the actual player's name show up above them and other info that you might need. So it's just a way of replicating data between all clients connecting to a server. Other than that, I've been mostly working on moth controls on a multiplayer server. Previously, only the server player, so the player that's hosting the game, could enter a moth and fly around in it. And the other player wouldn't see the moth moving correctly, so the moth would go up, down, left, and right, but it wouldn't actually rotate. So if you were looking up, it wouldn't look like your ship was looking up to the other players. So I got the client players to finally mount the moths, the ships, and once I got that working about 2 days ago, I was struggling with the movement. So again, the client players, the secondary players, would only show that they're moving around, but they wouldn't actually rotate. So finally got that working this morning, and I thought it's time for an update. So without further ado, here are the moths. Sorry, the ships. Ships are called moths in the original game, so I keep referring to them as moths. So let me just change to the other player. So as you can see, both moths show up for both players. This player can enter this moth and pilot it around. So this is previously what all players would see, but they wouldn't see you looking up and down like this. And they wouldn't see you rotating around as you were flying and rolling, basically, into a turn. So that's working. You'll also see that there are different colors. This is just experimenting with colors on moths, but also with getting them to show up in an online environment. So moths won't have random colors. Maybe AI moths might, because AI players don't have a way to select their color yet. So once that works, well, since that works now, I'll allow players to be able to pick the color of their moth when they buy a moth. You'll also see that the colors are quite ugly, so the masks on the colors don't work very well. You'll see even the windshield is purple on this one, which is not correct, and so is the solar panel, etc. That is just because I did a quick mock-up of how this will work. There will be a mask that prevents the windshield and the solar panels from changing color when I change the color for the final functionality. You'll also see there's a pod underneath it. This is just a quick modeling, just a quick model I made just to put a pod underneath a ship. There's a pod class as well, which saves all the inventory that your ship has. So once I've converted everything to multiplayer, to work in multiplayer, all the current functionality that the game has, you'll be able to enter a hangar. The hangar will firstly, as you try and enter, it'll identify your player by your player name. And and allow you access or deny access to you. And if you are allowed access and you get to go inside the hangar, there'll be a panel that you can access, and you could buy and sell goods to the hangar, or at least transfer goods in the beginning. Buying and selling might be harder to add. We'll see how that goes. So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, it's been a good week and I've gotten further than I thought I would. Oh, yeah, one more thing. What I've also added is damage. So I don't think I showed that previously. I showed you the lasers. Lasers now show up for all players because it's multiplayer enabled. And, ooh, that's a bug. Looks like I destroyed my own moth. When you shoot another moth, they'll eventually get destroyed. And as they get destroyed, it'll spawn a destroyed moth. There you see the moth got destroyed. The other player is now basically in limbo. They can't see anything, or they can't control anything anymore. But the destroyed moth basically gets spawned, and it's just a nice way of showing destruction. Cool. I think that's finally everything that I've added. Yeah, like I said, it's been a good couple of days, and I look forward to giving you guys another update when buying and selling works. Hopefully, that's what I work on next. Thanks for tuning in, and check back on YouTube every now and then to see if there's been an update, or you could just subscribe. I hate saying subscribe because everyone says subscribe and like. But yeah, see you again. Goodbye for now.